probably been almost a year, but I figured I'd come back to Wing 5. I just hopped into a training group that I saw in LFG. Excuse me. And I'm on Condi Specter. As a training group, these guys did really well. The leadership was good. Callouts were great. Took probably 3 pulls. What you're going to see here is a combination of the first pull and then the end of the third. Just because I want to show this one because I was pretty pumped that I was able to hit 32, almost 33k on DPS for this. One thing you got to watch out if you're running Condi Specter on this, and most commanders will warn of this or they don't like it, is see that expanding AoE I just had, Shroud Skill 5. Make sure you don't do those with a Tormented Dead in range, and obviously you don't use Shroud Skill 3 because that also fears them. And if you're new to this, the reason they don't like that, if you crowd control the Tormented Dead that your pusher's trying to push off the group, it doesn't go anywhere. There he is coming in right there, looks like a big flesh column, so you want to avoid that. Otherwise it makes a big nasty red splotch like that, but all over the place, and you'll see we run into a couple of those. So I'm not really talking about mechanics here again. This is just me just seeing if I can even do this after almost a year. So you got yanked back, and as you can explode on the group, so we got to move. So just be nice to your pushers and don't do that. Thinking too, maybe at some point if there's a need, I could possibly go back to, if I ever go back to doing trainings, then maybe I'll post some videos of actual trainings with callouts and just a description or just a guide on mechanics and what to do and when and all that. So that might be in the future, might not, we'll see. As of right now, I'm just gonna maybe post some here or there, maybe with some new builds. Some is on the Thief, but you'll see after this one I'm going to be doing in this video, second part of this video, is escorting Desmina along the River of Souls on Healbrand, and I'll talk about that when we get there. So we're getting pretty close to where it's going to cut, and here we go. This was to the third pull, and I just thought I'd finish it there. And you can see we're down 3 people in our squad, so we're down 2 point at the other. Now it's hard for me to even hit 30k, I think, just because of the motion and such. The other thing I like about Condi for this fight, especially on Spectre, is the boss moves a lot, and you're gonna lose, like, if she's standing in a wall, or watch out for the sides or anything. You can't always be on the boss if you're doing melee power DPS because she moves a lot. So Condi's usually the best bet. So you still, when you gotta manage mechanics, you're still ticking away damage, so usually Condi is the best bet for this one. In the swing we also did all the others. We got to Doom, but they didn't get it clear. They almost got it clear first pull, which was amazing. And with, I was actually kiting on Druid because they didn't want to do kite DPS because it had been a while. In a training group, I don't know if the healers would have known to top me off as I come near. So easy way is Druid, and I might do a guide on kiting at some point as well if people need. But overall, great group, great leadership, and I enjoyed this immensely. You had some people that really were new for this, which just shows how well they did and how quick they learned and listened to directions, which I thought was great. And overall, DPS was pretty good for the most part. And if anybody asked, this build I got from Snowcrows, Condi Specter. The only thing I didn't do was do the second scepter just because I didn't feel like it. Which probably would increase my DPS a little bit more. But the other thing they call for is, if I'd had Thieves Guild out like they recommended, that would increase the damage. But I think not being total wipe due to not breaking the boss, I thought Basilisk Venom would have been a better choice, and so it was. I can't believe I remembered all the mechanics, to be honest. To be honest, one thing I didn't remember was the sides. I almost bumped into a couple. And then I remembered, oh, yeah, you want to avoid those. And for free, those flaming walls, in a pinch you can use your well skill heal or the other well skill to port around them if you time it correctly, or through them. So just remember that in a pinch. And we're going to break this boss, and it is toast. Alright, that is the end of that one. Now we're going to go to River of Souls, Escort of Desmina. I changed up my skills a little bit. You want to make sure you have... You see, I almost forgot to do my jumping Merciful Intervention thing, and I added that last second. I use that in a pinch. Sometimes you get pulled or stuck behind walls. That can also save you. Didn't end up needing it. I was a little rusty, so she got hit by a couple things, but she stayed alive. It's always nice to have someone with super speed, so that Scrapper back there with me. When you get those AoE orbs, you want to drop them to the back because you have skeleton ads that are going to be following you. So here's where you use Aegis. Now don't forget, when you first pop into F3, that gives you Aegis, and then you have skill 5 gives you Aegis. I have Advance, which gives you speed and Aegis. And the shield, of course. So I've got plenty of stuff. Those rifts pull you, so you see those High-Load Bombers, they're the ones AoE. This one's tricky. They're just offset by one or the other. She took a little damage, but she can be healed, so I don't worry about it. Okay, the singles are always easy. And of course you avoid the flame walls, and Desmina wants to crush the rabble because she is a bloodthirsty individual. And it's instant death if you hit those, by the way. If you hit those, you turn into an orb. You can collect 5 orbs to get your life back, kind of like in the Eater Souls or Doom. That was a bad drop on my part. I apologize. Oh, because I was typing, that's right, because they were like, we're going to send more people back, or some people had asked that question, and I think there's some confusion, like they were going to send more people back to help heal, but you don't want to do that if you can help it, because it increases the amount of ads. See all those little skeletons? So Desmina's down a little bit, but we're going to heal her back up. And see how that kills the skeleton, so that's always useful. Boom. And you can also use lines from your staff skill 5 to slow them down. You can use your shield bump to push them back. You see, you drop it there, skeletons get nuked. I was trying to stay ahead of my person so they could drop that. Okay, and here we are at the top. So that is the first part of Wing 5. And hopefully you found this one helpful, the second clip, because it was going over the mechanics and such. Either way, I hope this helps or is enjoyable, and hope you all have a most excellent day.